Real quick, let's do a little test. Could you spot the difference? Let's try another one. Okay, just one more. Doesn't it seem like the old consoles have a lot more charm to them? This isn't just nostalgia talking. I never owned a PS3, but it just feels like it has so much more character than the PS5. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that you're not immediately greeted by an advertisement. This is a small complaint in the grand scheme, but it's representative of a larger issue within the console space. One that's really started to show its face in the 9th generation, and has been leading the console industry down for years and continues to do so. My name is Batty Shogun, and today we're going to talk about the downfall of game consoles. I want to take a look at what they used to do right, what they continue to do wrong, and speculate on the future of the console industry. There's been a lot of scams perpetrated on the American public. Gas prices, health insurance, Beats by Dre, but I think possibly the biggest one is paid online for consoles.
Yo, mom is so Xbox Lord!
It's a wonder how this shit is still around. People woke up and realized how dumb it was 10 years ago, and yet here we are, 10 years later, still paying $10 a month. You might think, oh, that's not that much, but let's take a look at it this way. If you buy a $1,000 PC at the start of a generation and a $500 Xbox, by the 5th year of that console generation, you'll be paying more for the Xbox, and you've still got 3 more years to go until the next generation. PC is going to be brought up a lot in this video, but I think this is the most compelling argument. Because of this stupid practice, the cheaper, more convenient option isn't cheaper. Game consoles aren't just something you buy for your kids anymore. You can't trick parents into buying whatever their kids ask them for. A lot of people playing games now are grown-ass dudes. Very rarely do you get called the N-word by a 12-year-old on Call of Duty anymore. Now it's just some white guy in his 30s.
You fucking next.
So tell me, why is that guy gonna buy a console when it costs more money? And speaking of getting called the N-word, let's talk about the community. I feel like it's impossible to meet anyone while playing a game these days. Part of this is the gamer's fault, and part of this is on the industry. Game chat is just this barren wasteland where you might find one guy who forgot to turn his mic off. People don't send voice messages anymore.
Hey, you're just mad because I'll be able to do something with my fucking guitar in hands that you'll never be able to achieve in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
The whole gaming space is a lot more antisocial. Skill-based matchmaking is a real killer. Let's say by some miracle you find a guy you actually like. You're shooting the shit with him, having a great time, but as soon as the match ends, lobby gets disbanded and you'll never see him again. Listen, I don't care how important you think your matchmaking system is. It can wait to readjust my rating until I leave the lobby. It's features like this that continue to push players away from interacting with each other, and at this point, I might as well just be playing with bots. Remember in Black Ops 2 when you had to switch to game chat to play Search and Destroy? Remember when the PS3 didn't have parties? This stuff may seem annoying, but it further enforces the idea of players interacting. I mean, that was the entire selling point of Xbox Live. The term gaming community doesn't make much sense anymore. Communities are supposed to interact and help each other. The word industry fits the space a whole lot more now. You'll notice I keep bringing up the 7th generations of consoles a lot, and that's because it's the last time they did something different. More and more, the 9th generation feels like a rehash of the 8th. There's no better example of this than the PS5 Pro, this $700 abomination that doesn't come with a disc drive, and you're still paying for PS Plus. All this for a marginally better upgrade over the PS5. Who asked for this? The PS4 Pro was an actually necessary upgrade. If you've seen those base PS4s, you know what I'm talking about. But this is just a waste. The only reason I can think of as to why they would do this is because they did it in the 8th generation and it worked then. Switch over to Xbox and these guys are still reeling from the launch of the Xbox One. Oh boy, I can't wait to go home and watch TV on my Xbox. Hey jackass, if I wanted a game console that did more than play games, I'd go buy a computer. It looked like Phil was bringing it back for a while there. Yeah, this guy's a gamer just like me. He plays video games just like I do. Nope. Xbox has almost completely given up on being a first-party console.
It tore me apart, but I learned an important lesson.
Fuck Phil Spencer!
It seems like both Microsoft and Sony took the wrong lessons from the 8th generation. Microsoft seems to think it's completely over, while Sony believes they can continue to pump out these gazillion-dollar games once every few years and things are just gonna work out. Neither of these companies seem to understand what they're selling. It's a game console. It's supposed to have games. It's a novel idea, isn't it? That video games sell video game consoles. Nintendo figured this shit out like 7 years ago. After the failure of the Wii U, which had an incredible lineup of games, they said, okay, what if we did that again, but we marketed good this time? Come out with a bang with Breath of the Wild, and then just output consistent bangers. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening, Animal Crossing, all of these in the first 3 years of the console's release, and there's been so many more since then. Looking at this output, it makes Xbox and Sony look like blips on the map. So how has this strategy worked out for Nintendo? Well, the Switch is just about to catch up to the Nintendo DS and the PS2, aka the best-selling game consoles of all time, so I'd say it's going pretty well. Sony seemed to be doing something like this for a while there, and then, oh, what's this? It's God of War on PC. Holy shit! What the fuck? Xbox has been doing this for a while now. I think the last game to release only on Xbox was Halo 5 Guardians. So let me ask you this, if all the Xbox games are on PC and all the PlayStation games are on PC, why would I buy either of these consoles? These companies are opting for short-term sales rather than long-term investment in their platform. Final Fantasy XVI was released for the PS5 and underperformed. Look, Final Fantasy isn't the industry juggernaut it used to be, but it's got some weight to it. If this was another exclusive at the end of a very long list, I'm sure this would have moved hardware. But it wasn't. Most of Sony's games were ported to PC at this point. So instead of considering the option of buying a PS5, people went, nah, I'll just wait till it comes to PC. And there it is. Xbox has a different approach. They don't think their own games will sell their console, so they'll give you this great deal for hundreds of other games. Xbox Game Pass. Now this is actually a good idea. This is one of the best deals you can get in gaming. If you don't know a specific game you want to play and you just want to play good video games, this is for you. They continue to add new stuff and they let you know when something's going to get removed, so you can play it before it's gone. And if you have a good enough internet connection or a PC, you don't even need an Xbox. Wait a minute. xCloud and PC Game Pass completely negate everything I just said. So get this, Black Ops 6 just came out, right? And there's 2 ways you can get it on Game Pass. You can buy the PC Game Pass for $12 a month, but if you want to get it on Xbox, you have to buy Game Pass Ultimate, which is $20 a month. Are you fucking stupid or something? Shouldn't you give an incentive for people who buy your console?
Fuck Microsoft!
Do you know how many people would consider buying an Xbox if you could play the new Call of Duty for $10 a month? Now that's worth it, if you actually needed a new Xbox. The generational gap between the 8th and the 9th gen is almost non-existent, and we're still at a point where brand new games are getting released for the last generation. GTA 6 might be the push to actually get people to buy these new consoles, but that push should have started 4 years ago. If I were Sony and Microsoft, I would have locked this shit down to the new console. Imagine if Halo Infinite and Starfield were actually good and you needed a new Xbox to play the new Call of Duty. I'm willing to bet a lot of people would go buy a new Xbox. And I know all this might seem anti-consumer, but what I'm pushing for is competition, because competition breeds great games, and it's when game consoles were at their best. It just sucks to think of a world where Banjo 3 and Bloodborne 2 are launch titles for the 9th generation. And while we're on the topic, Sony, what the fuck are you doing? You're all for porting shit to PC, but as soon as it's not Horizon Zero Dick and it's a game that people actually like, it's a no-go. Metal Gear Solid 4 is still landlocked to the PS3. Jak and Daxter, Twisted Metal, Ape Escape, God of War, Killzone, Ratchet and Clank, Resistance, Sly Cooper, fucking Wipeout. Dozens of classic franchises to re-release, remaster, or revisit, and yet they refuse to do so. And no, PS Plus streaming doesn't count.
Hey guys, welcome back to Red Dead Redemption. We're playing it on PS Now, so it's gonna be a little choppy. What's going on?
You're fucking gay! As in homosexual!
And their CFO has the audacity to say they don't have enough IP. Ooh, this shit pisses me off so bad, man. Just re-release Bloodborne, you fucking piece of shit. I need to calm down. Hey man, turn on that radio. Let's get some tunes going. You got it, boss.
Sony, you went wrong with your PS3.
Sony shows off and the audience applauds. They have IP, they just don't have a plan. Sony makes some smaller games. Not everything is GTA Online. Whoa, me, I'm just another gamer with a cause. But the consoles seem to want to fail and die. Whoa, they need 10 years to make a game, just for it to be the same damn thing. Damn thing. I got the PS5. I still pay for Xbox Live, but I've got no games to play for my consoles that I paid $600 for. Spencer knows he's such a credit to the brand, but then Sony grabs the headlines every time. Phil, you've got no games to see. Your last good game was Halo 3, believe. Whoa, me, I'm just trying to see exclusive games and bring market competition back to life. Whoa, Xbox has just given up. Sony thinks they've won the cup. Ka-chow, ka-chow. And I've got the Series X, and I've never had sex, but I've got no games to play for my consoles that I paid $600 for. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the latest gaming news. Sony has just announced their brand new PS5 Pro, marketing at $2,000. And Phil Spencer has just tweeted out the quote, "It's over. More at 11.
Fuck this shit, man. I'm out.
Only time will tell what the future of the console industry looks like, but right now it's not looking good. Xbox is about to drop out of the race. Sony couldn't make a small game if they tried, and Nintendo's doing alright. I just get so sad when I think about the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and how consoles might never be like that again. Never that competitive, never so community driven, and never so full of character. I know if I went back to 2010 and told myself I didn't buy the new Xbox, that kid would be heartbroken. He'd ask me why 1,000 times, but I wouldn't be able to give him an answer. I don't know why people make stupid decisions. I don't know why things have to get worse over time, and I don't know why game consoles aren't what they used to be.